All right, time check, 4:10 p.m. So it's time for you and I to continue conversation on hard facts. I am Kala Dakarbo, and you're listening to Nigeria Info. Still having reactions from the big story segments. I'm just going to quickly run through those reactions. This one's again. Those in defense are kind. What do you mean by they are kind? But there is difference between trick, smart, and brilliant. It's the same way they went about collecting multiple identities from various FAACs. Okay, let's see. This one says, my name is Dr. Karibo from Bukuma. May some ask forgiveness. I think should be granted hearts. Congratulations, JAM officials. Tell this and also appeal to the until you investigate came up. Those has worth millions of naira. That is in court, I believe. And then you said also National Assembly is in a closed-door meeting for ministerial list when people who voted them are trekking and starving instead of looking into the petrol price increase. I think there's this is a failure to us, you said. Let's see. Good evening, Kalada. I'm a Jambite. I have a score. You said I'm a Jambite. I have a score somehow. That I don't get the first part, but you said Mesoma should be punished at least a 1-year prison so that if she eventually enters a position, she will extend the discipline that was placed on her to the next offender. Said she even passed me with just 26 mark. Please, no apology. All right. Let's see. Good evening, please. Concerning Ms. Omar case, she should be pardoned. This is not the first time we have heard about such. All the politicians that promised and did not keep to the promise were not punished. She learned from her leaders. What she did is wrong, agreed, but she shouldn't be used as this sacred cow. Is it scarecrow you meant? The Muslim boy that killed this Christian coursemate has been... Oh, come on now, Olive, come on now. We're not playing tribe now. Let's see. I think that's much that I can take. I've got Newman from River State saying, concerning Miss Amanda Jum Girl, I think she should be allowed to continue her studies because Buhari had... oh, come on now. All right, I'm moving on. 12 minutes now, gone past the hour of 4. And I want to look at something, right? And like I said earlier, like I advertised earlier, I want to look at FAAC 1.95 plus trillion naira. And I want to tell you as well that Rivers will be amongst top receivers. 1.95 plus trillion naira. Rivers will be among top receivers. Now, from 2019, the month of June, to December 2022, 9.3 trillion naira was shared among the 36 states of the Federation. I want to believe including the Federal Capital Territory. Now, when you look at that statistics, top 3 ranking states in terms of how much a state collects from the allocation after it's been shared between the federal, state, and local government levels. The top 3 ranking states at the time were Delta, Akwa Ibom, and Rivers State. Delta State got the lion's share of about 843.8 billion naira. Akwa Ibom received about 643.2 billion naira. And Rivers State got about 642 billion naira. You can find these statistics on the NBS website, or better still, just do a Google search and go to Punch newspaper and you'll find it as well. Now, for the month that we currently are in, the statistic says that 1.95 plus trillion naira will be shared by the 3 levels of government. And this surpasses what was shared from January up until May. From January up until May 2023, a total of 3.62 trillion naira was shared. I mean, what they want to share now is almost what they shared in that 5-month period. Now, some people, some pundits, some analysts have said that the major reason for this rise in the money that they are sharing, the allocation, is because of the subsidy removal on petrol. But quoting the Nation newspaper, it says, since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu put a stop to the payment of subsidy on May 29, the Federation account has recorded approximately a 148.43% increase in revenue from 786.161 billion naira in May to 1.959 trillion naira in June. What an increment, I should say. But going further, digging deeper, you realize that the revenue generators are mainly taxes. We talked about it the other day. NNPCL yet again did not remit to the federal account, and the reason the NNPCL gave is that the federal government is owing them money for subsidy on petrol over the years, and until they get back their money, they will not remit anything to the government. So the taxes that were collected, VAT brought about 200 naira. State elections generated about 1.7 trillion naira. And of course, there is the 12 billion naira from electronic money transfer. Also, there is the education of the exchange rate, the foreign, exchange. Quoting the cable, it said, following the usual change of the naira, have contributed seemingly unprecedented in adopted 496 naira 38 kobo to a dollar as exchange rate for the calculation of the forex component of federally collected revenues for June 2023. But this has now gone up to at least 750 naira to a dollar, according yet again to the cable. It is likely to be amongst the highest receivers. I mentioned between June 2019 and December 2023 in taxes. Also, internally rated in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, 2019-21, River was ranked second. River generated 110.1 and act status 2.38 naira from revenue, according to state. And continue. In that budget, capital expenditure 175,249,692,497 naira is what has been budgeted. 249 statics. I just wanted you to know that not in the masses, the people of Rivers going through hard times. The big story is one of it working. People cannot afford transportation because they're not if one of and ask you, is your business thriving? I assume that a lot of business people tell me things are currently tough. It's not easy on people. So how then all of these monies now, and we've seen the benefits of the removal of the subsidy, mean that there is more money for government to spend. I was yesterday speaking in the news. See, government will need salaries so that people can afford in the place. And what doesn't need time. River State needs with the capital projects already set, and given the fact that money may not necessarily be a problem yet in with the removal of subsidy, means that what should then be this vision? I'm not talking about the political vision that we all talk about. Sometimes we find ourselves in. It is time for us to go back to the drawing board and begin to look at the path that we're traveling in and ensure that it's a path that will benefit Rivers people, irrespective of where you come from, irrespective of what political party you belong to, and basically for development? Is it agriculture? Can we partner with the private sector to build a refinery, given the times that we find ourselves in? Yet again, I've given you the figures. I've given it to you. We don't know how much River State will get from the 1.95 plus trillion naira, but River State may get the third largest share when it comes to the 36 states, of course. And I'm asking yet again, what should be the focus? What should we focus on as Rivers people? Industry, agriculture, infrastructure. All of these have got benefits, you know. Infrastructure will enable businesses come into the state and enable businesses thrive. However, with the cost of living right now, I don't know how many people are willing to go into investments. I know they say during a rough time, tough time is the best time to invest, but we need to put that into consideration as well. So the question I'm asking yet again is, what can we do with the money at our disposal? How can we reduce the sufferings of Rivers people? What should be the vision? Because we need to have a vision, we need to have a roadmap, and something that, of course, all of Rivers people maybe can benefit from. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Those are the numbers to ring me in the studio with. WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. I hope I did not bore you with the figures and I did not stress your brain as well with the so many figures on the show today. But hey, we need to know what the figures are saying so we can have a proper, intelligent conversation, right? 0817-923-0002, 0809-030-6416. On Facebook, Nigerian for PH, we're live. On Twitter, Nigerian for PH, we're active. And on YouTube, Nigerian for PH, we're active as well. Let the conversations begin now. Tell me your name, your location. Remember, there's a call screener. Do well to be friendly. I've got Prince, and Prince is calling me from Rumekini. All right, let's listen to Prince. Prince, good evening to you.
Father.
Yeah, good evening to you. Welcome.
Very nice voice. Yeah, you see the problem of this is inherited. The money within the somebody coming third, somebody coming second in the school is a very good position. Now, in terms of money, our position is good. And I think recently they have allowed states to generate electricity and distribute. From one or two resources, and if River State can build into electricity so that there is constant power with those money, constant money in this state, then people will venture into different businesses that will be steady power.
All right.
And again, I know the road construction, other projects are very important. But people are suffering. If you look into stock infrastructure, why will people be eating 3 square meal a day? Poverty has gone out of the our children in school. I remember the last time I did surgery when I was in school was my last first year. It is 2006 or so. Now no budget. Rivers students, we are not proud of it. Budget. Now, the issue of infrastructure, I know they have been doing a lot. The past governor tried his best. Live everywhere. People need to feed this money. They need to feed the money. So my prayer is, first of all, they should let there be constant power in this state. They look into stomach infrastructure for people to be feeding. People look at affecting from one place to another.
All right.
Because of the cost of this. I also advise.
All right. Wrap up, please.
All the AGA chairman to arrange buses that can be conveying workers to their various places.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for your time there. Let's go to Find Mind, who's calling from Rumo Crucian. Find Mind, welcome.
Hello?
Yeah, Find Mind, welcome. You have 2 minutes, please. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, I'm sorry. Braid from Transamadi, welcome.
Yeah, Kalana, good evening once again.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, the money that will be given from the Federation account, yes, River State will be one of the highest. I'm appealing that the River State government should use it judiciously. And I want them to look at farming, agriculture. They should be able to revive the Tongai farm, the banana plantation, and also the Buguma fish farm, and also the schools to learn. Then, formerly, we also have pit fish farming. The government should quickly look at that and also build some cold rooms where those fishes can quickly be kept. And also, they should also look at mechanized farming. Then, the local government should also go into various farming. Like the Riverine area can go to fish farming. The other can also go to all this other farming, And also, the government should not look at FAAC and not their alone in this mass transit. Like as the Bayelsa state government has done, almost about 100 and something bus vehicles. The utility vehicles were also there. All these big buses were there. And also, River State should also get some teaching boats to the riverine area. Because sometimes, like in my area, somebody who is from Buguma going to Okurama, or somebody who is from Abonima going to Idama, or Sangama, or Sepu, to work, how do they want the person to move? So I think it's the responsibility of the government. In as much as they don't need
thank you very much.
Local government, please let the governor be so rational. Let him not do like his predecessor.
All right, thank you very much. I've got to let you go. Your time is up. I've got Daniel from Transamadi. Daniel, welcome.
Yeah, Kalana, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. I guess the connection is poor. Just go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay, for me, I think quick one. I think farming is good, agriculture is good and all that. But what I think we need now is money circulation in River State.
Oh my goodness, poor connection there. I don't know if it's the weather, but please do call back. 08179230002, 08179230003. But let's quickly go back to that data, the statistics that I reeled out earlier. I told you that between June 2019 and December 2022, 9.3 trillion naira was shared amongst 36 states. And out of that, River State got 642 billion naira in that year. In is it how many years now? About 3 years. In 3 years. The question is, do you think we used that money the right way? Properly? Did we use it? Did we do the right thing with the money we got in those 3 years? Secondly, looking at the three states with the highest share: Delta, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, all Niger Delta states. All Niger Delta states. If we have been collecting the highest share for a long time, is this reflective? Because, there are 6 states in the Niger Delta, 3 of them collecting the highest share. Is this reflective in how the Niger Delta has developed over the years? I've got Olawale from Rumokrushi calling. Olawale, welcome. Let's talk. Yeah. Good evening. I can. You're not audible enough. I can barely hear you. Can you be audible, please?
Can you hear me now?
Better now. Better. Welcome.
Yeah, all about the allocation. Yeah, I would suggest they put it into agriculture.
Okay.
But, see, I'm being a farmer, and right now it's hard for everyone. Like my family is at Umuku, and I'm staying at Umukushi, going there every day. My buying fuel for the generator is almost 3,000. Going to Umuku every day, 800. I just stopped now because I can't go there anymore. It's not easy for my just put the money to agricultural sector.
All right, the agricultural sector. Still poor connection. I hope we're able to get this conversation.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Quickly summarize now, please, Daniel.
Okay, for me, as I'm saying, Kalada, your question in terms of people who have used it well before now, I don't think for me it's necessary. The former governor is off. But currently now, what do we need if we are going to be among the highest earning from this money? When you talk about agriculture, it's a long-term project. You talk about farming and all that. Currently now, look like there's a dry money in River State. You need to look at the local contractors, begin to give a lot of contracts in River State for money circulation.
Okay.
The lighting in River State, you don't say it's dark now. I believe probably the person who is in charge of that contract, either the government have not paid or maybe the government is paying. So as a government, you have to look at it to see how you can bring this local contractor back. When they have staff, they pay money, there will be a circulation in River State. You look at some local road that local construction can handle too. If infrastructure can bring a massive development in the streets, these are a way that money can have a big circulation before you begin to look long-time projects that will begin to talk about the farming and all that.
Daniel, let me get you now. Government should work with the private sector in River State, the local private sector, to develop the state.
Yes, private sector in terms of this small contract that government will give.
Okay.
They have to have a circulation of money currently in River State. That is what I think that Pupara will do right now before we begin to look at the long-term project.
All right, then. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Daniel. I've got Chris from Rumo Biakani. Chris, welcome.
Yes. Kalana, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Welcome.
Yes. Kalana, I want to tell you that even before now, the former governor have already known that there will be more money in the state because of this subsidy thing. That is why, if you watch, the River State is the first state to award contract that cost this much. So their plan is to turn River State to Dubai. Are you getting me?
Okay.
And by doing this, that what do you call that area where the present governor come from, Andoni area.
No, where? Sorry, the present governor is from Opobo. What area are you talking about?
Opobo and Andoni, they are together.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yes, to turn that area to this tourism site. So they have this foresight before now. So the development will bring more investors. Gone by when government were the people doing the industry, they will not do again because when they do, they will not be able to manage it. So it's going to be private sector all the way.
All right then.
While their own is just to make sure that the enabling environment, put all the structures and all of that infrastructure in place. So that is their vision.
All right. But then again, the question will be, how will that impact the masses, the Rivers residents who are currently being affected by, petrol prices, or the petrol price. There are different prices actually, so petrol prices. But let's go back to the budget of consolidation and continuity. Like I told you, capital expenditure is 175 billion, 249 million. Let's just approximate it to 176 billion, approximately 176 billion for proper mathematics. We are in the month of July. The month of July is almost coming to an end. So we've got August, September, October, November, December, about 5 months, to make things happen concerning the budget. And if we would be receiving somewhere within the region of maybe I'm approximating now, given our history when we talk allocation or the federal allocation, we could be earning somewhere around the region of 800-900 billion, now that they have removed petrol subsidy. Now, other states are not as fortunate as we are. Given our financial chest, they're not as fortunate. Some of them don't have a good IGR. Some of them don't have, a good share when it comes to the allocation. What can we do? I've heard a lot of people say agriculture. What can we do to ensure that we provide services, given our financial chest, and possibly a partnership with the private sector? What can we, for instance, could we solve the petrol situation in the country by building in partnership with the private, Dangote spent about $20 billion to build a refinery. Could we do that? Yet again, looking at our budget of 175 billion naira or 76 billion naira, 176 billion naira, could we look at building a refinery or even two to solve the petrol situation in Nigeria? We could do that in partnership with the private sector. Agriculture, can we feed, even if it's not all of Nigeria, at least the Niger Delta, the south and the southeast? Can we embark on such a project? Remember, in that budget, the past administration said 73 plus billion is for salaries for the year of 2023. About, let's say, 7 plus billion, about 7.8 billion will be for new recruitment. 33 just give me one. 33.6 billion will be for monthly pensions, and 12 billion for gratuities and debt benefits. Look at the money we spend on paying salaries and recurrent expenditure and all of that stuff. So can we then build our financial chest to the point where we're able to take care of our recurrent expenditure, at the same time we're able to ensure that even those in the private sector, like Daniel from Transamadi said, those in the private sector would also feel the circulation of money. Let's go to Facebook. On Facebook, Chile Edwin says the fact we had these discussions during the past administration, and with the way this present government has taken off, there is nothing different to expect, because the old sheriff is still firmly on the saddle. All right, Chile Edwin. Ima Harry says this should be the right way to measure good governance. It was the that, I don't get that part, that brought Wiki to the best among his peers. All right. Stanley Samuel, how much did Rivers still receive? We yet to get all of that. All right, Ndukaku, thank you very much. Keep your calls coming in, 017-923-0002 and 017-923-0003. Let's look at messages on WhatsApp. Good evening, Kalada. The former governor of Rivers State, Amechi, did excellently well. He diversified the economy of Rivers State in the sense that it went into agricultural development, education, and so on. Diversifying the economy of the Rivers State from oil should be the ideal vision. Joshua Ubong from Transamadi. Let's see this one now. This one says, concerning the figure you just called and the position of River State in the sharing formula, I can beat my chest to tell us that the share of River State can build the state over 2 state-owned refineries according to the amount Dangote spent to build his own refinery. I suggest that the government should build refinery and also mandate the LGA chairman to build at least 2 fuel filling stations of its own to help provide our parents with kerosene to discourage the use of illegally refined fuel and kerosene. And also all local governments should have local government buses and boats. Believe me, the poorest person is affected by the fuel increase because even the gari we process need fuel. Thanks. All right. That's from Dr. Karibo. Dr. Karibo, thank you very much. This one says, man of the people, good evening. Thanks for increasing our headache with your ambiguous figures, oh boy, see money. Canada, let me put this money in agriculture. How much is egg? Do you know that Rivers Poultry is just there without head? Where are the school to land and the fishing ports, Canada? Now, wow, St. Leo with that one. Let's see. This one says, more money, more rascality from the governors. Wouldn't you see their rubber stamp assembly approving for them to go to China and other countries to borrow billions? God, oh, come on now, come on. I'm looking for something to push this conversation. I'm looking for... Let's see now. Hector, I think the major problem... Okay, I'm not talking about the NDDC now. All right, I'm going back to the phone lines. 15 more minutes to the top of the hour. What's your take with the current FAAC, federal allocation, increasing humongously, and the possibility that it means more money to share amongst the states, and it means that more money to River State as well, and giving our IJARU, what do you think should be the priority now that we've got some very tough economic reality? What do you think should be the priority now? I don't know what the priority was before. I mean, I know, but I'm not looking at that. What do you think should be the priority now, given our current economic reality? Inflation is going up every now and then. You know the statistics already. If you're an ardent listener of the show, I always would recite the statistics for you, so you already know the stats, right? So what should be the current focus given the current reality? That's my question, and I'm hoping that you and I can have that conversation. I've got Bob, and Bob is calling me from mile 4. All right, let's listen to Bob. Hello, Bob. Hello, Bob. Yes, welcome. Let's talk.
So, based on human capital development,
when you say
payment of gratuities, pensions, and death benefits.
Okay.
It's a pity that.
But how will that improve our economy in River State?
This money, when people receive money, they do things. They build houses and so on.
Okay.
So it will even involve
I don't know what's wrong with the connection, but just keep trying. I've got Fine Mind from Rumukurushi. Fine Mind, welcome. Hello? Oh my goodness.
Hello?
Yeah, Fine Mind, welcome.
Yeah, Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
They increased the money to almost equal of what they received in May because of the subsidy removal, right?
Yeah, something like that.
But what have they done to caution the effect on the civil servant? Let us start there.
No, the money just
they
came.
Have
no.
without to do that.
Fine Mind, the money just
Let's
came.
talk about the informal sector. In the formal sector, the civil service, what have they done? Immediately they have increased it. See, I keep telling people.
Fine Mind, can we Fine Mind
compared to what they receive. I'm telling you,
oh my goodness.
building flyovers, they are from PH. It's not enough compared to what you receive. Remember that there was money that was given him by the Buhari administration that was owed to the River State government by Goodluck Jonathan. They refunded that money to them. What did they use that money to do? Now they want to receive almost triple of what they received in May. And you are telling me that
it's not up to 3 times. I hate when you can't hear me. But thank you nonetheless.
We are concerned about ourselves, and that is the problem.
All right. First of all, I need to correct that. It wasn't 3 times. I think it's almost double or just slightly above double. And secondly, we're not necessarily focusing on, and they have not shared the money just yet. They will share the money, I think they had the Economic Council meeting today. But let's get back to the phone lines. I've got Chukudi calling from HA. Chukudi, welcome on the show.
Yes, Canada, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
I think what I need for this government, just ensure electricity within these rural areas.
Electricity.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, just ensure that there is electricity. Reduce taxes on the road. Since the government have enormous money now to work, can we now reduce these miscreants on the road? Can we build hospitals that will be beneficiary to all our sundry in the state? Can we build education to the standard that we can afford it? Forget about agriculture. I know that the attention could not even go there. Bringing investors, I don't think that their plan can go to that level. These are the mini things. Construct roads. Igbo does not have roads. If you are going some down to this element, don't even have road to go to element.
Okay.
Go to Igbo. Flood has ravaged everywhere in Igbo. Now that the governor or the government has enough money to work, because before now we used to hear that recession and the rest of them. Now they have agreed that they have money. Please let them remember rural areas and begin to do that needful.
All right.
Please, thank you.
All right, develop the rural areas. You said that could work. I feel like that could work. I feel like that could work. I've got Paul from Rumosi. Paul,
hello.
Greetings to you. Yeah, Paul, welcome.
I want to just complain on one thing now. There's a place I stayed at Rumosi there. Rumumba. We don't have light for many times now. I don't know what the community CDC chairman did, because we are suffering from light issue.
But that's not my conversation. Maybe when some other person.
No, I just want to complain. I just want to complain.
Okay.
I know.
All right then. All right, your complaint.
So they should just help us, because everything is going up now.
All right then. All right. Thank you very much.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Temple is calling from Oyibo. Temple, greetings to you. Welcome on the show.
You're very distinguished, Canada. I salute you once again.
I greet you right back. Welcome.
Yes, thank God we are going to, receive a huge chunk. And kudos to the removal of the subsidy money. But the very distinguished Canada, the essence of the removing of the subsidy money, is it to share?
No. It's not. Now, see, I think Temple, we're getting it wrong. You see, when we generate money, listen.
It's as a result of the money the federal government, but when I say the 3 tiers of government is going to share.
But that's how
it has never been like this. Even when we had the excess crude.
Yes, true.
Understand?
True.
Then it is as a result, the money that we are being channeled into subsidizing petrol is no longer there.
Yes.
Is it not true?
Yes.
We are saving much now.
Yes.
Then the essence of the remover, I thought it would have been channeled into some capital project.
But you see, Temple, let's have a conversation. Now, the federal government cannot do everything for you. That's why you have 2 other level of government. That's why you have what do you call it now? The local government and the state government. So now that's why they have FAAC. That's why they have the federal allocation.
But I want to tell you, at a random,
yes.
If the essence is to share as usual, not to making sure that our refineries are working, then we have not started in this country.
All right then. Thank you very much, Temple. But what I'm trying to also tell you is that the state governors have a role to play in the development of the country. If everybody plays their parts, then of course there will be speedy development.
Fred. The government is generating from the
Fred.
Hello?
Fred, welcome. Fred from Eleme, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear you.
May God bless the president, give him longer life.
Okay.
So that he will do what he has intended to do for the country.
Okay.
Because money is going to be generated from all these multi-billionaires who have been siphoning money from the system and then it will be pumped back into the local government, the state government, and at the federal level.
Okay.
So that if our local government chairman and our governors can be sensible enough, let them pump this money into industry, especially in agriculture. Do you know that so many wealthy countries are surviving through agriculture? If you go and see the investment abroad, I watch cable on a daily basis. If you see what some countries are doing in agriculture, all that we are using, the chemicals, the clothes we put on, the food we eat, everything shoe, it comes from agriculture. And if we can invest, even in fishery, I tell you the country is so rich that we can feed the whole world.
All right.
But what are these leaders, local government chairmen and governors especially, what are they doing? It is not about blaming the federal government. It is at the local level, the local government and the governors. They are the people who are just eating this money.
All
so
right.
Please, Nigerians, let's support this government.
All right then.
And you see what will come up in the next few years.
All right. Thank you, Fred.
God bless you.
Thank you, Fred. Louis Igoni on Facebook says, honestly, Canada, you have asked a pertinent question. There is so much to do. First, government can declare a form of amnesty, bring in these oil dealers, illegal ones, and grant them a form of license to operate with grants from government. And then you said under strict monitoring, of course, this would automatically bring out money on the streets, and government will look forward to employing thousands, as this would take the fall. Secondly, government can partner with NURTW by subsidizing to an extent the price of petrol they buy for commercial buses. They can pay, example, 300 naira per litre only for commercial buses that are members of NURTW. This way they control the price of transportation. Also, they can put buses on the road and put the fare down, although it would be long-term investment, but it can yield a good effect. Thirdly, get grants accessible to SMEs for services. We once generated power by ourselves as a state. What's stopping us from doing same again, since this would generate long-term returns on investment? Roski Barano says, okay, thank you very much. Let's see. Have I read all the other messages? I think I have. Let's move on now to WhatsApp and let's see what we have there. This one says, just look at millions and millions you have just mentioned with all the states in Niger Delta. Nothing is seen and nothing too reasonable have been done. Only 14 buses were bought. See where goes all the monies. Each local government should have at least 4 buses each, and the money will still remain Ovira. And then you said agriculture is on people in Nigeria. The Niger Delta can build industries and refineries, at least one in Niger Delta, build good schools and plan for railways. All right, I'm almost done with my conversation, but let's take one more call and then we wrap things up. 92.3 Nigerians.
Canada.
Turn off your radio, please.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I have the phone. They call me.
Yeah. Let's
hear. It's calling you from a bridge.
All right, welcome then.
What you just said is what will happen, but where I'm focusing that they should channel the money to both local government, state, and also state that the one that will enter there is agriculture. Nigeria, we have population about 200 and something million. And 200 and something million population in this country, all of them consume agricultural products every day. But if you lay hand in our state, if you have to go each of the states, they do not produce half of what they consume in a day. So why are we not dying? And when they do that, they should also look at the industry, electricity. They should make sure that electricity is at least, we should have at least 24 hours electricity.
All right,
that will boost our industry. And there will be work for people to work in the country.
Yeah, all right. I think
because I will also say about our education. We should touch education area.
Okay. All right.
And then to link road to the rural area and create an agricultural market. Let us have some product from some seeds that we can use in that 3 months, 4 months or 6 months,
all
and
right.
we can have money.
All
that
right.
will help us so far.
All right, Everest. Everest, thank you very much.
Convert those food that are being produced by agriculture to a standard that they can export to another country. That will boost this economy of this country. They should do that and look into that particular area. That is the area that we are not
look.
All right. Thank you very much. We've got to let you go. It's almost time for the news update. I will bring you the news update. After that, we'll talk about public schools. And I told you the FAAC conversation will be interesting, and it has been interesting. So trust me when I tell you the next conversation will be interesting as well. To stay tuned.